Welcome back to another episode of Spirit Walk Paranormal. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look back at some of our most compelling pieces of evidence. When I started this endeavor in the fall of 2017, I had no idea where it would take me, what I would experience, the people that I would meet, and the evidence that I would hopefully capture. So let's dive into it. Located just outside of Salem, West Virginia, is the famed Flinderation Tunnel. If you're a fan of SWP, then you know that it is one of the first locations that we've investigated back in 2018. We were headed to Point Pleasant, West Virginia to investigate the Low Hotel and to explore the town of the legendary Mothman. We decided to stop at Flinderation Tunnel along the way, and not thinking anything of it, we would spend a little bit of time inside the 1,086 foot long tunnel to see if we could capture anything. But before we could even begin, a disembodied voice was captured on my camera's audio as we arrived to the entrance of the tunnel.
Shit. Icicle.
We didn't hear the voice in the moment and headed into the tunnel to do some further investigating.
It's actually less cold in here.
It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be.
Dude, these cubby holes are so small.
Dude, someone's holding like seances or something out here because there's like candles.
I swear, if the ends of the tunnel close, I'm out. I don't know how I'm gonna be out.
You're just out. We got a few different responses coming through a spirit box. Let's say watch out. Watch out for what? And then that's when things got really strange.
My camera just turned off. What the fuck is that? I listen to the noise. Come on, let's go. Let's go find out.
There are claims of Tommyknockers who protect the land, and I can honestly say that I think we may have had an encounter with them. After hearing these rocks clack together, we decide to head towards the entrance of the tunnel where the noise is coming from, and when we get there, there's no one there. To this day, it is probably one of the most baffling pieces of evidence that we have ever captured, because I have no idea who or what was making that sound. We've been back to Flinderation Tunnel multiple times, with our most recent investigation yielding some very interesting results. You know, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but the one time that I was here at night doing an investigation with Zach, Dante, and Mariah, it rained that night. And it seemed like all of the activity had stopped because it rained that evening. And I don't know if it has something to do with the rain and water, or what. Hello?
Thank you.
Was that someone letting us know that you're here? Letting us know that you are here? what? I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello? That was weird.
What happened to me?
It just said what happened to me.
Humiliate.
We're not here to humiliate you.
Did something happen to you?
Did something happen to you in this train tunnel? Dude, the hair on the back of my neck is standing straight up. In the spring of 2022, a group of college roommates were experiencing some strange activity in their apartment.
They were gone for Christmas break. I was the only one home because I had to work all the time. So I'd always get home around 11:30 or 12 at night. So it's always dark in here. I keep the lights off. I came home one day and I had opened the door and I noticed the kitchen light on as soon as I opened the door, and then as soon as I fully opened it, it was off. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. And then a couple days pass of them being gone, and then I come in again, dark, and I walk to her room to grab a shirt or something, and her door is wide open and the light's on, and I'm like, I would have seen the reflection of the light a couple days ago. Yeah, I told you about this. Anyways, I would have seen the lighting off the walls and stuff.
Right. Jenna would hear strange things in the apartment when no one was home, coming back to the doors being opened, even though that they had keypads on them, and the only way to open them was with a door code. Emily, however, seemed to be the most affected. She would have dreams of a shadow figure in the corner of her room and woke up to a single scratch on her arm. One night, the young woman was using the GhostTube app, and as Emily was changing the laundry from the washer to the dryer, behind you came through GhostTube as her back was turned towards her room where the activity had been happening. After interviewing the girls, we decided to set up static cams. We left an EMF detector in Emily's room where she had dreamed about this shadow figure, and this is what we captured. After coming back inside, we all sat down in the living room to conduct a spirit box session, and that's when things got really strange.
How many of you are here?
It's got a really cold sensation over here. It's got a really cold sensation over here. Emily and Jenna's names both come through the spirit box with some other direct responses. We investigate for a while longer, and then we decide to finish off the investigation with a dowsing rod session. It is believed that spirits can use the dowsing rods as a tool for communication, primarily with a yes or no question. Bring him out to the center. Did you make that alarm go off? Was that your energy?
Tears.
Bring it back out to the center. Are you a kind spirit?
You ask if there's something standing near me.
Are you near Marcus right now? Can you point towards him? Can you make the alarm go off again? Thank you. During this session, something shocking happened. The dowsing rods point towards the EMF detector, and a burst of electromagnetic energy is detected. This piece of evidence is so compelling because the spirit directly responds to the question that I had just asked. We decide to end the investigation after the dowsing rod session, and we follow up with Emily and Jenna, and needless to say that they were both absolutely blown away with the evidence that we captured. What do you guys think of the evidence that we captured?
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot.
How do you feel about it saying your names?
I hate that. Respectfully, though, but I hate that.
Not just one. Both of our names.
Yeah, of course. That's how it goes.
And we actually captured evidence that cooperated with your claims of sitting
Right.
behind you, you know, seeing, even though it was a dream that you dreamt of that shadow figure being in the corner, the longest spike of EMF that we captured was in that corner. Located just outside of the town of Waynesburg is the Greene County Almshouse, better known today as the Greene County Historical Society. Built originally as a farmhouse, the property was sold to an investor who then flipped it to the county. This led it to becoming the quote-unquote poor farm for misplaced people and the mentally disabled. In its heyday, a steward by the name of William Cage abused his authority and would pick people up off of the streets. He would beat and torture those beneath him. In the latest addition on the second floor is the Women's Ward. The director and volunteers of Greene County Historical Society say it is one of the most active spots in the building. So we started our investigation there, and this is what happened. So we heard something up here making noise. It seems like you found something in the middle of the floor. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. What are the chances?
Timestamp on that. Check timestamp on that.
23,
Do we have cameras somewhere in the building?
No, dude, it's all in the West Wing in the dungeon.
Slade,
Oh, man.
be quiet.
What would someone tell us?
Let's just listen for a second.
We make our way down to the first floor in the new addition, which was the men's ward. We find that Casey's full spectrum action cam has mysteriously shut off.
It's I felt under pressure.
It turned off.
What?
Yeah.
Casey sets back up the full spectrum camera, and suddenly the REM pod on the second floor in the women's ward alarms. That's when the action cam shuts off again.
Yeah.
The REM's going off again. Dude, we were up there.
And it's still going.
Like 20 minutes.
I think it's too many people up there. Maybe.
and we then hear footsteps running down the second floor hallway.
Why are you here?
To talk to you.
Me.
Yeah, you. Who are you? Dude, that was like instant, one after the other.
Footsteps, man. That was someone running up and down a hallway.
Later, down in the dungeon, the REM pod left and the second floor women's ward goes off again, and then a disembodied voice that is truly terrifying is captured. After coming back upstairs, we head into the kitchen where it is said that a baby had been placed in the oven overnight after it had died. The mother left it in there so she could keep it warm. The staff unknowingly cooked the baby in the morning. When the inmates woke up, it is said that they had smelt something really good cooking, but unfortunately, it was this woman's child. I'm listening. Dude, REM pod. REM pod's blinking. Dude, this thing is fucking moving.
That's the third time.
No, guys, look. That chain is moving.
It is moving.
Thank you.
We're looking. And this.
I just said it hurt, end.
Wait, what?
My camera just ended.
6.
How many souls are here? Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you.
Was that one beep for every soul?
On January 18th, 1970, two college freshmen, Merritt Mallory and Karen Farrell, went to downtown Morgantown, West Virginia to watch the movie Oliver. After the movie, they decided to hitchhike back to their dorm, but unfortunately, they never showed up. After a grueling 88 days of police searching, of their families being worried, searches for them all over the county, their bodies were found 300 feet off a small dirt road, decapitated and headless. And sadly, their heads were never found. This case has fascinated me since I was a child. I had heard stories of Merritt and Karen and how I should not hitchhike or I might end up like the girls. When Merritt and Karen, the �WVU Murders podcast premiered, something sparked inside of me and I decided to take this case on from a paranormal approach. And since 2017, I've been working on it. Now, we've captured so much evidence from this case that it's hard for me to tell you not to go watch all of the episodes, but here are some of the most compelling pieces of evidence from our research over the years on the �WVU murders. You can use our energy if you need to. Can you make that go higher than 0.5?
I don't like that.
Can you make that go higher than 0.5?
I don't like that.
Dude, it just went to 0.6. Oh my god.
I zoomed in on it. I physically cannot be in here right now. And I don't know why. Like, I'm gonna puke. I physically cannot be in here right now. And I don't know why. Like, I'm gonna puke.
I didn't plan to use any of the footage of us walking into the woods, but as I was reviewing it, something terrifying caught my attention. As we're walking to the location of where Merritt and Karen's bodies were found, something is captured, lurking behind a tree. And as soon as I saw this, I thought this could be Merritt or Karen. However, it could be some sort of distortion within the camera's information, or maybe pareidolia, a type of apophenia, which makes our brains think something looks like a person. But I'll leave it up to you to decide whether this is a spirit or a trick of the mind. After this investigation premiered, a viewer had seen the video and reached out to us to tell us that a neighbor of his was there on the day of the bodies being discovered. We're then introduced to Dave Campbell, who tells us his story. 2 months later, on the anniversary of their bodies being discovered, he takes us into the woods and shows us the exact spot of where the bodies were located. Later that day, we prepare for our night investigation. So we're back out here. You can just lay it down, Marcus. It's fine. So tonight we're back out here at the site. Is your infrared booster on?
No, shit, thank you. Sorry.
You're good, man. So tonight, you guys, is someone here with us? Merritt and Karen, is that you? Can you walk over to that device and make it go off again? Yo, I'm shooting that. Shoot me. There's a high EMF reading right here where we think that Merritt and Karen where their bodies were found. I literally just set that on the ground, dude.
Mm-hmm. It was literally right before we started, well, right as you started introducing yourself.
And I asked immediately after, if that's you, could you do it again?
Are you introducing yourself?
Can you walk over to that green light on the ground? Can you make it spike into the red to where... Bro.
Well?
Tim.
Oh, dude, I got chills.
I feel like every time I look away, something's gonna happen. Like there's gonna be a high burst of energy, like they're walking through here. Especially it being the 52nd anniversary of their bodies being discovered. And as soon as we... What the f***? 3.9 was the high on that. Back down to a 0.0. I told you, like, 9.9. I told you every time I look away, and it's literally every time I look away.
I think it wants to talk. Or they, rather. Gone ahead.
There's a fucking tension on my back, dude. Let's go ahead and do the
I
Estes
just
method.
started feeling that myself. My back is burning right now.
It's very tight.
Like it feels like I'm holding a weight.
Yeah. There's a giant weight on my back. It feels like claws or something, like digging into the center of my... Yeah. Very taut. Dude, what is going on? This thing was dead. Silent. 0.0. And it's still 0. It is spiking. There's no electronic interference. We're in the middle of the woods. Are you calling for help?
Focus right there, dude.
You want to talk, don't you? You want to talk, don't you? We then set up Marcus with an Estes Method Spirit Box session where the responses are absolutely insane. Why did they bring you here? Tried. Why did they bring you here?
No. Can you repeat that back to Marcus, please?
Careful. Why do we need to be careful? What's out here? What do we need to be careful from?
Bad apples.
From bad apples. What do we need to be careful from? What do we need to be careful from? Careful from bad apples.
Isn't that an old saying? Are you happy up there?
After Tim asks, "Are you happy up there?" I hear a disembodied voice, and in a panic, I quickly turn to see if anything is there. At the same time, a shadow can be seen moving over Marcus, and I doubt this could be me or Tim, as my light is behind Marcus, and Tim is holding the Sony AX53 with both hands. The shadow was also captured on our full spectrum camera. In November of 2020, a family had contacted me, and they had claimed of paranormal activity happening in their house. They claimed of a shadow man, things moving around, and their children being frightened so much so that they wouldn't sleep in their own bedrooms. So we made plans. I packed my gear up, met with my camera operator at the time, and we headed to Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. When we got to the house, we met Tyler and Farah, who went into more detail about the activity that was happening in their house. After seeing what was claimed to be the paranormal hotspots, they took us to the attic, and through the rafters, there was a small entrance to a quote-unquote secret room. This entrance was so small to get in, I had to put my arms up and squeeze myself in, but when you got into the room, it was about 8 feet tall. There was these weird doily curtains on the walls with no windows behind them, and a dumbwaiter which led to a lower part of the house. This is when I got out the electromagnetic field detector, and I started to do some readings, and that's when things got weird. If anyone is in this room with me right now, my name is Danny, as I said earlier. I'm here with my friend Nick. We're trying to figure out who is in this house. Are you getting a spike? What is it reading at?
It went to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's behind you?
Nothing. I told you I got caught.
Oh, it just... It's weird. I'm gonna set this digital recorder down really quick. Okay, so we're documenting some weird evidence right now. I did do a baseline sweep earlier of the floor, but this is a little unexplainable. I don't see any electrical wiring. And she's getting spikes by this old curtain in this window.
Right beside me.
It's right beside you? Dropped. 0. 1.2, 1.4. Oh, okay. So, are you here? Is that you? Oh, 4.4, holy shit. 4.7, 5. Oh my god. Go to 6. Go to 6. I'm not saying it a third time. It's dropping. It's dropping, like, same spot. Same spot. Dropping. Walk away from the device. Walk away from the light. I don't want to hear the stupid noise anymore. Walk away from it. Keep walking away. Get your energy away from me. Keep walking away. Oh.
I moved away from you.
0. It was over 5, and now it's back down to a 0. After some heightened activity in the secret room, we head back downstairs. The children are then taken to their grandparents, and we're officially ready to start our night investigation. I told them that I would like to start off the night by doing a solo investigation in the twins' room where they see the man in the window. This is where things take a terrifying turn. Okay, guys. What the fuck was that? After setting down some equipment, I turned the camera to start talking about the beginning of the night investigation, when what appears to be a child spirit breaches my shadow and quickly ducks down when it notices itself on camera. There is no possible way that this is a living human. Everyone is accounted for downstairs, and all of the children are not on the premises because they're at their grandparents' house. You can even see the child spirit's black and white striped shirt in about 3 frames of the footage. And what makes this evidence even more compelling is that the entity is captured a second time behind me. This is hands down the most terrifying, bone-chilling, holy grail of evidence that I myself have ever captured. And while this is all going on, the EMF pods I have set up behind me capture high spikes in the area at the same time the child spirit is captured behind me. I've aligned and put these 2 clips of footage together. You can see the high EMF readings are captured on the pod on the table next to the window at the same time that the child spirit is captured on my camera. This just further proves that spirit energies can be detected by electromagnetic field readers. A faceless child can be seen behind me, and I have no idea that it's there. I can only feel what is going on around me in the room, the weird moaning that I heard. The energy in the room has heightened, and I can feel it. When I got back home and I saw this faceless child in my video, I was absolutely shocked. This is hands down the holy grail piece of evidence that I have ever captured. And after seeing this, we ended up going back to Tyler and Farrah's house, showing them the findings of our first night investigation.
It breaches my shadow.
Yes, it does.
You guys can see how luminescent it is. It breaches my shadow and then bolts down. If you guys look really close, it looks like it's wearing a white and black striped shirt in one of the frames.
You can almost make out a face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
What the hell?
And then dips right down as soon as it knows that it's on camera. Boom. Drops.
And we ended up investigating their house 3 more times, as well as digging for human remains in their backyard. As I am downstairs preparing to make my way up to the twins' room, one final voice can be heard very clearly. I want to note that this might be a residual feeling of depression, stamped forever in time. I believe that the voice that you're about to hear is that of Dorothy Rowan, mourning the loss of her husband, Kenneth. And to the family of Dorothy Rowan, I am truly sorry that this is how Dorothy felt during that difficult time in her life.
Give me a hug, dude.
What's going on, man?
How you been?
Doing good. How about you? You know, one thing I've learned, you know, collecting items, you know, that are shards or haunted, whatever you want to call them, that people automatically think they're going to be an old beat-up doll from the 30s. That's not always true.
We're getting some heightened activity here.
Just flatline.
Really?
Flatline. We were getting high EMF spikes. When it spikes, oh, there's a cold draft.
It's cold right past my leg.
Yeah.
3.6,
3.6.
3.7, 3.8.
Who is here with us? This is where we had the hallway communication.
This is where I stopped when I came out here, and I could not go in that room.
Did something happen at the top of the stairs?
Did someone fall?
Oh, shit!
Something grabbed my fucking hand.
What the fuck was that?
Something grabbed my coat.
Dude, no!
What the
I
fuck
heard that!
was that? I heard that too.
No!
Coat, man.
Dude,
Dude,
no,
it's-
something ran out of that fucking room, bro.
Yeah!
Something charged you guys.
Where the hell's it at?
No, it's over here.
Tyler and Farah waited for me to get there to make sure this was documented and the discovery was recorded. You can watch the entire Mount Morris Mystery House series here on the SWP YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a wild adventure to say the least, and we can't wait to bring you more investigations. I know that we left out a lot of episodes and evidence from this top 5 countdown, but I'm sure we'll be back to do more in the future. What was your favorite investigation and your favorite piece of evidence? Please leave it down in the comments below. Make sure to like and share this video with your friends. Tell them to subscribe to the Spirit Walk Paranormal YouTube channel. If you want some exclusive content and some behind the scenes, be sure to head over to our Patreon. We have a lot of awesome stuff on there right now, and we're constantly trying to put up new stuff all the time. And becoming a Patreon member also helps us do bigger investigations, and it helps us get to those locations that you love so much. Again, I can't thank you enough for the support. Much love, and we'll see you in the next video.